I'm making a boneless turkey breast stuffed with fig and cranberry stuffing. So delicious. First thing I'm going to do is make the stuffing. So that's 3/4 cup of dried figs into a pan, 3/4 cup of dried cranberries. I'm just going to reconstitute them with about 1/2 cup of apple brandy, plus 1/2 cup of water. Bring it to a simmer. Okay, next I'm going to cook the onions. I've got 1 stick of butter that I've melted, 1½ cups of onions. Onions are really the beginning of anything that's got lots of flavor that's savory. 1 cup of chopped celery. I'm just going to simmer that. Just for about 5 or 10 minutes, just until they get tender. Don't want to brown them. Turkey's actually fairly bland, so I like to make a really flavorful stuffing. And sausage is perfect. So I've got 3/4 pound of sausage. I like to mix sweet and hot, half and half. I don't like it too sweet, I don't like it too hot, so I figure half and half is just perfect for me, but if you like it hot, go for it. I'm just going to cook this for about 10 minutes, just until the sausage is nicely browned. I want to really break this up. Now I'm just going to add the dried cranberries and figs and then let it just soak. In the meantime, I'm going to get the bread stuffing ready and the herbs. I need 1½ tablespoons of minced fresh rosemary. Just add it to the stuffing. And then some pine nuts, 3 tablespoons, that I actually toasted. I think it really brings out the flavor, and they're cooled. Really nutty, wonderful flavor, a little crunch. This is my secret little cheat, is packaged bread stuffing, herb bread stuffing from the store, and it's just so easy. So much easier than cutting up all that bread. I need 3 cups, and it's really good. All of the sausage and figs and cranberries, all of the mixture, and also the juices from soaking the cranberries. 1½ cups of chicken stock. No point in making stuffing, it's really dry. I want it to be so moist. 1 egg to hold it together. Teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. Stir it all up. Does that look like good stuffing or what? Okay, now for the turkey. So I've asked the butcher to give me a boneless turkey breast, which is actually 2 halves, it's not just one, so it's big, with the skin still on. You know, one of the great things about this is that usually with a whole turkey, by the time the dark meat is cooked, the white meat is dry as a bone, and everybody likes the light meat anyway. So in this case, it's just light meat. So I'm gonna cook it to perfection. Just sprinkle it with salt and pepper evenly on the inside, and pepper. Okay, and then the stuffing, I'm gonna take enough stuffing so it's about 1/2 inch thick. And leave a border around the outside. You don't want it to fall out of the turkey. I'm going to take one end and just roll it up, just like a jelly roll. And this is why it's important to have the skin on it, because on the outside, it's going to get nice and brown. The skin's going to be just gorgeous. This is where butcher string comes in. I love this stuff. And I know there's a really fancy way the butcher does it, but you can just tie it with knots. It's so much simpler. Okay, just brush the top with butter. Make sure it's nice and browned. Sprinkle it with salt and pepper. Into the oven. 325 degrees for just under 2 hours, and it's going to be moist and delicious. Now that looks like a party.